I just came to sign this because it cannot wait. I mean, also in the funeral, I lost my uncle. You know him. He was an administrator. There's all tomorrow. Led Michael Moody. I may not be around for a day or two. So, but all the same, the ministers and all the chairpersons of commission and offices and the administrator of Wonduruba Payam, I see him there, the technocrats, the media, especially my friends from iRadio. I see where are my friends to iRadio? You are here? Okay, good. And ladies and gentlemen, I say good morning to everybody. It's a great opportunity for us to be here together once again witnessing the signing of into law the very important law, and that is the budget of our state for 2022-2023, and the State Involvement and Privileges Act, which I've just signed into law. My brothers and the entire public, I want to congratulate all of you, the members of the executive, for the tireless efforts you have put in making sure this budget becomes a reality, and you made your own projections, apportioning of plans and programs, and we summed it together to be a budget compiled by a Minister of Finance, and I want to thank them so much, and the entire leadership and the whole Parliament for passing the budget at the required time. So I give you thanks, my brothers and sisters. Though in Parliament it had a lot of one or two things and so on. So I want to appreciate all of you. You know, budget is a routine for any effective, accountable government. You have to plan and budget. This one you can measure whether there are progress. Even if there are challenges, you will know from planning. And therefore, it is going to continue like that. We believe that we have to have timely budget. This particular one delayed because of the reasons known that all of you know. We're a decentralized system of government, and our national government sometimes tend to give us budget ceiling, which is a little bit late, and it affects our planning and budget process. But nevertheless, I want to say this is a great step, Minister of Finance, and I want to say this budget is, for the first time, a very huge budget. But on economic terms, you will still say only, because it will not meet the aspirations of desired aspiration of our people. I'm sure if they are asked, we should be talking of trillion, by the way, because this state, look at the size, the population, but it is a good starting point. And you are well aware I had reservations initially, observations, on the Emmanuel Act, which I think the Parliament took into my opinions and rectified or observed them. But you will see the implication is that with this new Emmanuel Act we have passed, it is going to affect the performance of the budget dramatically. How? Because it's going to skyrocket our expenditure. And this therefore calls for us, really, through finance and all of us, to double our efforts in resource and resource mobilization. Brothers and sisters, if we don't do that, there is no shortcut to implement. You already know we have deficits in all our budget expenditures, even alone in salaries, between 65 to 55 or 75 or around there, millions monthly. This is when we're paying the oldie salary. And what does it call for? It calls for concerted efforts for all of us to realize resources to fund this budget. It is true, Minister of Finance highlighted that this budget estimates, these are projections. Somebody somewhere will be informed that these figures is not cast now already in the Ministry of Finance or anywhere in our institutions. Land, for example, has projected to raise between 3 to something billion, either in plots or change of ownership or otherwise. What we need to do, we have to put all our efforts to make sure land realizes that money. Health has projected to raise, I don't know, 1 billion or 800 million. The figures are there. You have to do that. Agriculture, roads, all the institutions that generate revenues, if we have to realize. It is my hope and wish that if this money are realized timely according to the projections, we'll be able to apportion based on the planned activities to each of the institutions of this state, so that you don't need to go to finance and queue there. You write a letter and then you begin to level finance as the wrong institution. Because once the things are not answered to, definitely it brings irritation. However, my brothers and sisters, my guidance on this new budget, if really we have to be a very serious government, we need to maintain budget discipline, meaning sticking to what we are planned for, budgeted for, and in any case, unless if there are disasters or emergencies, then we can spend outside budget. And then we must start building reserve. You know, our state is prone to a lot of problems. Indian security issues, that you don't have to not plan for. You will discover making air floods. These are crises, or IDPs, and so on, that we have not planned. We need to have reserve so that we'll be able to respond. This is very important. Budget discipline is key, particularly the accounting officers. I want you, the ministers, once you get there, my accounting officers, let them tell you what they are doing so that you are informed of what is happening, especially on this. And I want to direct on this budget, Minister of Cabinet Affairs, you write a circular to all the ministers and all the institutions, including Parliament. I'm going to relieve myself from seeing any paper to do with money. From today, as office, you take note of this. Anything to do with the money, I'm speaking of publicly. You want to write the Malia. They will look at your account there. If they have money, you sort your things there. From today, Flora, most financial procedures, I'm not the accounting officer, I'm a CES, that's the economy, they tell us this. So you write this cycle at all the institutions. You, the SG, write the cycle at all the director generals. And the clerk, your colleague there, they must adhere to this. So I'm going to see all the reports, success, what, in my office, so that I have time to meet you. Sometimes I get a lot of bunch of papers like this. And these are all requests. So by this, I'm going to stick, I must start myself. And I hope that you go from your institution, you pick it, so that we are measured as accountable institution. So therefore, we must maintain budget discipline. And the last thing I want to say, the people of Central Equatoria, they need development. I know this budget is about 20% developed. Tom, is started or what? What is the capital expenditure? Capital expenditure.
Capital expenditure
23%. I think, in my view, we must next time even rise more than that, probably even to 50-50. We must really take half of the any budget, we do it for development. We want to open our roads. We want to make a new hospital, build administration. I know In the use of goods, there is development because we have certain things there that constitute development, like paying teachers' salary. Actually, itself is also the part of development. Paying health workers is providing services and so on. So, but on physical aspect, we need to increase to realize our schools need renovation. Our people recently, I met in a sideline meeting in Arua. I met the communities of our people in the camps. They really want to come back. And you know what they are telling us? And I want to tell you, officer, today. They are saying they need the infrastructures, services that are there to be fixed. If they bring their children, they need them to go to school. If they come, they need medical care. Because they are suffering real there. The ratio there, they are getting how many grams? They complained to us last time. 4.12. This is what they eat. Even with Zurubitara, we have surplus here sometimes here in our houses. But our people are subjected to this. So we told them one language. We said we are not going to use force that come, but kindly assess. Better home, you better die with hunger in your home than just be there in this situation. And unanimously, the leaders there said they are real, they want to come back. So we are going to send some of you to go to the camps. You know the law does not allow you to go and encourage people, but you can go there, interact with the leaders. They are so serious that they are even blaming us. We here, why are we not going to them? We said no. I like our defended us very well. They said the law does not allow us to have official rallies in camps, which is true. But the international convention governing IDPs and refugees. But they said, why are we not going? So because of that defense, I think they understood. But they said, let us go like family members. And then they will group themselves in a church and so on. We talk to them. So I think it is time we go and they also hear from us. So that they come back. Because that is going to be our energy that we can use for the development of this state. It's human resource capital, number one. Where you don't have people where all realize money, even taxes we are talking about. So I want us to encourage our people are resettled, those are IDPs and the refugees, they come back. And then people should go and cultivate. Honorable Lily, you must do a revolution of launching, I don't know, go back to farm or something, so that we realize more food. Now, if certain areas in the state that are problem because of flooding, certain areas that is security, people are not producing, we will enter in hunger. I want us to go and cultivate. So I wish you the best, but remember, let us make sure we raise more money for the good of this state. And